Well, Scott, thanks very much for joining us on the program, sir.
Great to be back, Cam.
It's good to have you with us. It seems like, inevitably 80% of the time we have you on the program, it's either trying to correct some media misinformation or talking about a bad bill in the legislature. This time around, it's media misinformation. There was a story in, was this the Bergen record?
Yeah, indeed.
Smugglers flood New Jersey with guns. Scott, what's going on here with what the Bergen record is trying to say?
Well, I think what's going on is you're seeing a reaction to the McDonald case, okay? And I think this is anticipatory. I think the media is so upset about what they think is coming down the pike as a result of McDonald that they want to state a problem, and of course, you state a problem is always in need of a solution, and so. The story, the heart of the story is all these. New Jersey has great, strong gun laws, and all the evil guns used in crimes in New Jersey come from elsewhere, and that's because those other states don't have strong laws like New Jersey. And so, I think this is just their way of trying to soften up the target, and trying to just create the illusion of a problem. There's a problem, we react to it, and then you have to solve it. So. It's just part of general, I won't call it misinformation or disinformation. I guess what I would call it is, it's some real ridiculous spin. We know for a fact that a lot of guns used in crime in New Jersey, Cam, come from gun theft, okay? And that has happened inside the state. One of the biggest, there were hundreds and hundreds of handguns a couple of years ago that were stolen by FedEx employees, okay, out of legal shipments, out of an operation in Monmouth County, New Jersey, and then distributed illegally on the streets of Newark and Jersey City. But you don't hear them talking about that. You don't see the legislature, trying to deal with theft of guns. You see the legislature trying to deal with commerce in firearms. So, what do you expect? It's the Garden State.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you anticipate, Scott? Look, you guys already have the one gun a month law that is being challenged in the court system. Do you anticipate the Assembly trying to enact any more gun control laws in the next session?
That's an interesting question. There are those in the New Jersey State Legislature that are dying to enact more gun control legislation, but we have a very different dynamic now. We have a governor who is busy with the budget and larger political issues to him than gun rights. That's not on his list of things to do. We know he's pro-hunting. We also have a pro-gun Senate president in Senator Sweeney. That's his name, Steve Sweeney. And so even if they pass something in the Assembly, it's a whole different dynamic now. It's going to be much harder for them to pass and enact further gun control. Not only that, but in light of the McDonald decision and Heller and its implications, if I were in New Jersey state government, I'd be wondering, what we're going to do when New Jersey law crumbles, when the foundation of it crumbles, Cam, because New Jersey gun law is so opposite of what Heller and McDonald stand for. New Jersey bans everything and then gives limited carve-outs that you have to exist in. Imagine if you did that with free speech. All free speech is banned, except where we permit it. That's just not. It's no longer constitutional. So they instead of thinking about further gun control, they should be thinking about what's going to happen when we sweep the legs out from under New Jersey gun law.
Well, absolutely, and I believe that day is coming. When you look at the Heller decision, when you look at the McDonald decision, clearly the attitude and I guess what the law stands right now in New Jersey, it can't stand. There's no way that New Jersey's gun laws can be seen as even recognizing the right to keep and bear arms, much less protecting a fundamental right.
That is exactly right. It's counter to it. And so, there might be some aspects of Jersey gun law that are constitutional, but the whole underpinning, in fact, when New Jersey gun law was first passed in 1966, it was challenged in an infamous case that the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear called Burton versus Sills. which upheld New Jersey gun law. And you know what the holdings of Burton versus Stills were?
No.
Number one, the Second Amendment does not protect an individual right. It's a collective right. And number two, it doesn't apply to the states. Okay? Burton versus Stills is dead, and that is the case that everyone has cited to, saying that, look, New Jersey gun law is legal, citing Burton versus Stills. So I think in our generation we will see the legs swept out and the foundation crumble of New Jersey gun law. And here's the obvious blatant tease, Cam. It's not I believe it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen because we have some ideas and plans in the works now. So.
All right. I love it when you tease us with stuff, Scott, because eventually it always turns into a great story. So when you're ready to make the big reveal, I hope that you'll do it here on Cam & Company.
You can count on it.
All right, Scott, thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the program, and hopefully we'll get to see you next week when you're down here for the NRA board meetings.
Looking forward to it.
Scott Bach, president of the Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs, joining us here on NRAnews.com.